Hello everyone and welcome back to the XRP Hobert channel. As with you always, this is Hobert doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Join my free Telegram community with the link on my channel where I post my daily crypto experience and arbitrage opportunities you can't get anywhere else. So today we're going to talk about XRP. Do you believe XRP is being manipulated by whales? I believe it's being manipulated by bots. I also believe it's being manipulated through narratives pushed by the mainstream media, news, and real-world events that are talked about week over week, like what's going on with the Iran war. But what about whales? How do you know when someone is a whale, and who are they? Take a listen to this clip.
Okay. These people out here that say, like, I got 100,000 XRP and I'm a whale, that's a large amount of XRP, don't get me wrong, but you're not a whale, which is held by institutions and Ripple and early investors and whales and, not just whales. Like, I know a lot of whales. What I would hear, people always ask me this. So, like, what do you consider a whale? I consider a whale somebody that can move a market if they decided to sell or buy. The whales that I know have like 40 or 50 million XRP. That's a whale in my book. Like if they decided to sell tomorrow, that would impact markets. And that's my definition of a whale, is like when it breaches the surface and, splashes, it moves things. It's not just, pokes its head over the water type deal.
I agree with that because I see a lot of these people post on X, oh, I'm an XRP whale. I have 150 kilobits XRP. I think Jake is 100% right. The real whales are the institutions. Now, here's the thing though. Everybody keeps saying the whales are the ones manipulating the price of XRP, but the whales really aren't selling right now. Instead, they're buying and moving XRP off exchanges right now. They're preparing for something huge. That's why I believe it's more like bots and what's going on with the Iran war and things like that. And I'm sure there is market manipulation, like we've seen at the 10 a.m. dumps every Monday and Friday morning. But that will all disappear through regulations also. We won't see the dumps like we're seeing right now, in my opinion. Don't believe me when I say XRP is going to $8. Looks like Standard Chartered and Fidelity think the same. $8 tied to ETF inflows and regulation. Whales holding 1 million plus XRP just added 1.5 billion tokens in just 6 months. They now control 74.1% of the supply. So if the whales are holding 74.1% of the supply of XRP, they could easily manipulate this market. However, these whales, if they're the institutions, like most people think, why would they ever sell? And why would they allow retail to get their hands on that XRP if they're trying to shake out retail? You see what I'm saying? Everybody's like, well, the whales want you out. The institutions want you out. Well, how do you get people out? You buy up all the XRP on exchanges and you no longer allow them to have access to XRP. And then you just wait for people to sell at higher prices. I think the true manipulation would come as the price rises. And remember, Grayscale believes that the ETFs are going to absorb 5% to 6% of the entire circulating supply of XRP.
Percent or so at any given month. I think probably that's the shorter term direction of travel for XRP. Other altcoins is heading in that direction of total assets, and then probably more growth over time. But I would expect to get to 5-6% of the outstanding circulating supply, and then we'll see. We'll see what investor appetite looks like over time.
When you say to 5 to 6% of outstanding supply of both assets, accumulative or each individual asset?
Meaning the XRP ETFs collectively hold, 5 to 6% of the circulating supply of the XRP token, something like that would be a big round number guess. As a starting point, I think we're heading in that direction. I think XRP has seen, as you said, lots of demand. I think there's a good chance that, or certainly a higher number.
And that hasn't even happened yet. We are still waiting for that to happen. So remember, when the price breaks out, They're expecting the ETF volume to do like a 5 or 6x, putting us well above $100 million in volume per day. All of a sudden, that would change the price of XRP. Someone once told me $50 per XRP is what's needed to settle 10% of SWIFT, but XRP will have to be at least 4 digits to make a dent in the universe as intended. Now, this is just SWIFT, and this is just 10% of SWIFT, but Brad Garlinghouse said XRP could take 14% of SWIFT's business in 5 years. Now, if you look at who SWIFT's customers are, they're not happy customers. So I think the percentage is going to be a lot higher. And even Grok, the AI model, even agreed with those numbers. XRP would likely need to reach roughly $10 to $50 plus to handle 14% of SWIFT's business. Now, that number could change because SWIFT handles a lot of business right now. But year over year, that business grows. And wait until we add in AI agents. Wait until add in tokenization. Everybody thinks it's just one way for XRP to reach $100. There are multiple ways that XRP could achieve 3 digits, then go on to achieve 4 digits and beyond. But we are still at an early stage when it comes to a lot of things. Look at tokenization. It's still in the billions. We haven't even got to the first trillion yet. Look at cross-border payments. Look at all those Ripple rails that are out there. XRP is not live on all those rails yet. We're still waiting for that to happen. On-demand liquidity is going to skyrocket once the liquidity crisis shows up. I believe that could be the crisis where everything starts to collapse out. And then all of a sudden we see the rise of the Phoenix, which is XRP. And if the banks want to utilize XRP on a daily basis, it has to be much higher. And that's why most people believe XRP already has a set price in the background. $47 million in illicit crypto seized in a single operation, Europol's operation. Endgame just proved blockchain. Transactions are never truly anonymous. The era of crypto untraceable is officially dead. I keep seeing people all the time believing that whatever they do with crypto, it's somehow nobody knows what they're doing. Every time you transact, the exchange keeps track of that. It's tracked on the blockchain. They already know everything is traceable. It's the same reason some of these groups are fighting back against the Clarity Act. They don't want transparency in their business. Most likely, those businesses are doing a lot of money laundering in the background. But there are people that still believe it's the wild, wild west in crypto, and it really isn't. It's wrapping up the whole wild, wild west days are almost over. Anybody that has been here for any period of time, you could see how crypto is maturing now. And even the people that are invested in crypto, they're maturing with it. You know, I don't see much hype around Ferraris and Lambos and mansions and yachts. Now it's all about being conservative and making sure you never have to go back to a 9-to-5 ever again. And I honestly think that's the path forward. We are proud to announce our integration of the XRP ledger for cross-border payments. Bull Street has chosen XRP to be our primary choice for payments. We strive to settle billions of dollars in transactions on the XRP ledger and are blown away by the incredible network speed, 3 to 5 second transaction times for a fraction of a cost fees. So, in other words, they're telling you the fees are low. And these are continuing to happen also. A lot of integrations, a lot of partnerships have been happening lately with Ripple and XRP. I really like a lot of the projects that are building out on the XRP ledger. They're all building towards institutional adoption. And that's what you want to see at a time where institutional adoption is only weeks away. Don't tell the bank it's a crypto company. Take a listen to this clip.
Okay. It's very important when you go to set up a bank account that is how you explain it. Don't say anything about it. It is a holding company to manage alternative investments. This have creditor protection, anonymity, all the benefits that you get from a Wyoming LLC, specific for a holding company that manages alternative investments with a sleeve for crypto. Equity, it could be private equity, it could be real estate, it could be private credit, private debt. All of those are also alternative.
Now he's talking about when you set up a business account tied to your LLC. Now, I know a lot of people in crypto are not willing to open an LLC, and I get it. An LLC costs about $800, done through a lawyer. And I got mine done at a discount. So it's probably more like $1,200 to $1,500 today. But when you have an LLC, what it does is it allows you to write off a lot of cost, a lot of things. You know, like say, for instance, you wanted to take some profit on crypto and you wanted to go buy, say, a work truck that you're going to use for work. Well, now you can write off that truck and the miles associated with that truck or tools, things like that. But I know most people in crypto are not going to go down that path. So what's your next option? Well, then you have a wallet like Decent and our Ledger, and most people won't even buy a wallet. So what's their option? Now, well, I could tell you this. The smart option is not keeping your crypto on the exchanges. That's the reason why I work with Caleb and Brown. That's the reason why I partnered with Caleb and Brown to give people options outside of the exchanges, outside of an LLC, outside of buying a wallet. I mean, you Google it and see how many people still store their crypto on the exchanges. It is astonishing. I honestly thought it would be less, but it is a hell of a lot higher than what I would have thought. And now the banks, they don't care if you really have a crypto company or you're associated with crypto. I think the banks are at that point where they know clarity is coming. They know that crypto is the future. They know that they got to start opening up options around crypto if they want to keep the bank doors open and attract younger and younger customers to bring them in the door for the first time. They also know that they could capitalize on a custody solution for crypto. It's just they're not quite there yet. But I talked to the manager at the bank and I use Fidelity. I talk to the manager all the time about crypto, and they're becoming a lot more crypto friendly. They're also very digital wallet friendly. That seems to be the big push right now. But think about it. Digital wallet would be the first step of having your crypto in your digital wallet, stable coins in your digital wallet, outside of just what you're holding in a normal checking or savings account. Wait until they allow stable coins into a checking account and into a savings account. That is also coming. But you could see everything is shifting now. That's why I believe we're very close to a new financial system. I still believe, though, deep down, that they have to burn down the current system for us to see the rise of the Phoenix. Will that happen anytime soon? If it's going to happen, I'm going to say 2027. Then 2028 is going to be absolutely the rise of the Phoenix XRP. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. It really helps the channel grow. This is XRP Hobert signing off. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.